What is up, guys? LyonLife here, and welcome back to another Atelier Resleriana video. Today we are super duper excited. Well, I am anyway. I don't know about y'all. I'm super excited because we finally have the latest update in the game, which I've been waiting for a long time. I know a lot of you guys have also been waiting for a long time. We finally have the update where we're getting Master Ryza and Empel, however you want to say it. Either one is fine. But yeah, so we finally got the new units. We'll go over their kits and everything here in a little bit, but we have a lot to go over. This update is pretty jam-packed with a lot of different things. So the first thing here is going to be the brand new Discord event. So if you're in the global Discord server, you'll be able to participate in this event. It's a photo mode event, so basically you're going to take a photo of the character that means the most to you. That's the theme for the theme for the contest. Basically they're gonna pick 3 winners. Basically the reward you're gonna get is Discord Nitro. I mean, it's nothing too incredible. If you're one of the people that love photo mode, I know a lot of you guys do, it's something you can participate to get something free out of. I guess in my opinion, I would much rather see us get gems for this versus a subscription for 1 year of Discord Nitro. In general, it kind of just feels like it only benefits people who are primarily like Discord users. If you're not someone like me who's like in and out of Discords a lot because of like content reasons, or just if you're like a mod for someone's server, something like that. But if you're actively on Discord and that's one of the social networking platforms that you like primarily use, this would be really good for you. So, you know, good luck to anyone that does participate in it, but you know, it is what it is. Would have been cool to have gems instead. So that kind of just makes me not unfortunately care about it, because y'all already know, I've said it before, photo mode's not really for me, but for those that like it, here it is. So with the new event, we're getting a whole list of different things that are going to be going on throughout the entirety of the time frame. First thing here, going forward, which is going to be an update that we're going to see for now on for every new banner of units, is now we're going to have a step up banner. So for the first step up and the second one, it stays the same as far as the 1500 paid gems for those wishes, and then on the third step and the final step of that, you're gonna get a freebie. So you'll do your 2 pulls and then you get a free one, a free 10 pull after that. The only difference is on the third step here for the free one, this one you won't get any medals for, which I guess, you know, makes sense. You're not putting anything into that, so it makes sense why you wouldn't get your medals for that. But like I said, that's gonna be permanent from now on. With every rotation of banners, we're gonna have this step up here. So for those of you who are spending, this is gonna basically be a more, what's I'm looking for? I cannot think of the word. I am stumbling currently. More bang for your buck. There we go. It was not it would not go. I'm so sorry, guys. But yeah, you can get a more bang for your buck with those pulls. Of course, during this time frame, we're going to be getting our fest tickets still, so those will obviously still be there as well. You should have gotten them in the mail from last night as well. Of course, along with this new event, we're gonna have the event story. The event story for this is pretty good so far. You get to see some characters that are coming later on in the game. We get to see Empel, and we get to see Leela as well too. I was really excited about that. I know a lot of people were wondering when Leela was coming, and so you know, all the Leela enjoyers out there were super excited to see her. So she'll be featured in the event, just very minimally. You know, she's just kind of there, but she won't be coming to the game for quite a little bit of time. But she will be coming eventually at some point. And of course, we're going to be getting some candy, some sacred orbs, and some gems from doing the story, as well as some limited time recipes, which we'll get into the event recipes in a little bit here as well. Next, we got the cooperative event. Oh my god, I can't say the word cooperative. Jesus. But yeah, so this is going to be a server-wide event. Basically, for the event currently going on with the Master Ryza and the scoring battle boss hunt, basically I will be doing that. You don't get individual rewards, but you'll see it on the event tab in a minute too. There's going to be a bar or a gauge that we have to accumulate points in order to get a new set of rewards, and that's server wide. So as long as we're all doing the score battles and getting more and more points, we're going to be able to raise that bar up and get some more rewards. I'll show that once I get to the event page as well too. Of course, we've got some new packs in the store for gems, and then we're gonna have some in the actual shop itself for the festival's celebration pack. That'll be there as well. You'll see that. We're getting the permanent mini cookie roulette, so we'll be able to do that and spin for some energy. So you know, a lot of people love that, having the ability to spin for those, the free gems that we get every day, but also the fact that we can spin for cookies too for stamina. That's gonna be permanent going forward as well too. And then lastly, the addition of the risk 10 dungeons. So now we're gonna have the risk 10 difficulty section for dungeons, which is quite hard. I think the power level scales up to like 20,000 plus for the risk 10 dungeons, so it is definitely going to be some harder piece of content that not a lot of people are going to be able to achieve and accomplish right now. A lot of that has to do with the fact that, we're only level 60. I believe right now, like in JP, I think it's like a level 80 or something like that. So once we, get to higher level caps increases and some better gear, it's then definitely possible to do. To do it with level 60 characters, your gear has to be phenomenal on all of your characters. So if you're not looking, if it's not looking at like all 5 for traits here and there, all level 5 for traits, you're not going to be able to probably do anything with that, but it is still possible nonetheless. Again, most of this event is centered just around the score battle, the units, etc. But we'll get into the shop here since we had a couple things added. Actually, before I do that, let me go back here to my inbox, because I totally forgot. A lot of stuff in the inbox too I didn't get yet. So of course, we're gonna get our tickets here for the Ryza banners for the event. You get your 10 tickets there. We get that for every event, you guys know that. Next, we've got the compensation for adjusting the stamina cap. So if you weren't aware of it, it says in line with the adjustments made to increase stamina cap, which we have more stamina, by the way, too, sorry. The plain cookies make up for the differences in the initial stamina amount and the amount of stamina that you would have recovered upon your player rank advancement. So I don't know what the max amount you would have probably gotten. I got 24, so it's not too bad. 24 cookies is obviously always pretty great. Invitation award that I got that from chapter 3. Love that. Which thank you for everyone who did use my code for that. I really appreciate you guys so much. That really helped in the long run. So, and hopefully it helped you guys as well too. Of course, we got our new fest tickets. We got those. Some one singular EXP. Do you know what's funny though? It is like a mini gripe. I hate when we get rewards like this. Because bro, what is this one candy gonna do for anybody? It doesn't do anything. It almost feels like a joke, but whatever. Free is free. Can't be mad at it. So we'll get those and we'll take a look at the shop here. Again, there's a couple different new things. This being right here, the first thing is the growth pass that we finally have here. It's kind of like a battle pass. You could look at it like that if you wanted to. For the growth pass, this has to do, of course, with leveling up your characters and getting your your player rank. This first one right here has to do with player rank. So you go all the way up to level 30. You're gonna get candy for it the entirety of the time. But if you want to spend a little bit of money, or if you already have spent some money and you have some gems that you feel like blowing, this is really really cool. You're able to get 100 fest tickets. Now I would much rather this be like for the banner specific, but I understand that that's probably a little broken to give people that many tickets just for the limited banners and characters, obviously. So I get that too. So if you've got the money, you can. If you've got the the amount of gems to spend or to just use on it, it's not a bad value. I mean, 300. I'm sorry, not 300 pulls. 100 pulls for 3,000 gems. That's nuts. I think, what does that round up to be? That's probably what, like $30, something like that. I think for the value for gems. So like $30, you get 100 pulls. You know what I mean? So I mean, the value is there if you really want to pull on the fest banner. And it's the same thing for this one. This is for synthesis specifically. So for getting up to a total of 5,000 synthesis for your accounts, you're gonna get some mana there so you can keep on synthesizing. And then same thing as well too, if you spend the extra 3,000 gems for it, you're gonna get another 100 fest pulls. So in total, if you want to use both, 6,000 gems for 200 pulls. It is a great value if you really want to do it. It's just, it's not that great for anyone else if you're not spending. It's just kind of there. And it's a fest pull. Like I said, personally, I'd rather have it for limited banners, so this doesn't interest me. And even y'all know I'm someone that does spend a little bit of money as well too, as you can see up here. I'm not someone that really, as someone that does spend money, I'm more about value for what I'm getting out of it. And while it would be nice to get the fest pulls, I'm good on it. I don't need to spend extra money on this. It's not worth it for me. But if it is worth it for you and you have it, why not? Can't beat it. It really is not bad whatsoever. Next we got our bundles here. I'm so sad because right now, as y'all know, y'all saw the Liddy pulls. I'm broke. I have no gems. I can't even get these like discounted ones right now. I've got to wait until get my gems up so I can get these. And I'll get those, you know, after the fact, and I'll do my pulls when I can. This right here is a paid gems for, I'm sorry, not paid gems, celebratory gem pack for the Ryza festival. It's a decent value, you know, nothing wrong with it. 10 cookies, EXP, and Memoria experience, and then some coal. It's okay, you know, whatever. If you have the extra gems to blow, why not? You know, I'm probably gonna, I can't, given what I've got with what I'm working with, I can't do that right now. So, but you know, hey, it's not bad. Definitely pick it up if you guys want to. And so here we are on the wish section. So this is gonna be the step up area for the paid gems. So as I was saying, you got step 1, step 2, and then your third step is gonna be free. It's guaranteed. You can only do it for a max of 5 times though. That's the only thing. But again, still really good value for someone who is spending on the game and spending to try to get characters. This is the way to do it. This is, again, a lot more bang for your buck here than what we had previously. So it's definitely, if you're thinking about spending, this might be some time to probably try to do so if you want to, if you think it's worth it. But let's go ahead and get into the characters here. First thing we're gonna take a look at is the Memoria really quickly though. As you can see, it's got a really good physical attack stat, so it's a physical Memoria. So it's kind of like it wants to be paired with Ryza, but there's some other ones you can probably give her for the new Ryza anyway. But there's definitely some different Memoria that you can definitely give her. But overall, stats are pretty good. Like I said, it's primarily a physical attack Memoria at 31% with a 6%, almost 7% speed. Pretty average as far as speed goes, but it's still not bad. It's a decent increase for your attackers. So definitely love that. It's got the physical attack resist down slash level 3. So it says when using a physical attack, you're going to reduce the target slash resistance by 15% for 2 turns. Is it necessarily a crazy effect? No, not by any means, but it means more damage. It creates the weakness for you, so nothing wrong with that. So first I want to get into Empel here before we get into Ryza. So unfortunately with this banner, Empel really gets outshined by Ryza in a sense of, between the two, of course, you know, she's the better unit. She's the one you want to use. But it doesn't mean he's useless altogether. He is going to be our first limited unit, which is okay, cool, whatever. But at first, for those of you who are like me, we live for the men around here. You know, any game that'll give me some husbandos to simp for, I'm not mad about it. And I'm glad we finally have Empel in the game as well too, but he's a limited character. That does change down the line when we get some updates way later on in the game, but for right now he is a limited character, so a limited husbando. If you really want him that bad, definitely go for him just for that reason. But getting into his stats here, like I said, Empel's gonna be strike supporter character. For his gifts here, he primarily, for his gifts, I'm looking in the wrong section. His gifts are trash. He only gives physical damage boost full, so it involves having full HP. We don't like that effect. It's not good at all. It's quite frankly trash. But getting into his skills here, his skills and passives. The first passive here is the advance all physical attack 3. Now this is pretty good. He's gonna boost all allies physical attack by 15%. This is pretty nice. Is the percentage pretty high? No, it's not, but it's still going to be a substantial buff. It's one of the better passives in the game that we have as far as terms of buffing all of our allies. And his next one here for sleep resistance, you already know, nothing too crazy, nothing, you know, wonderful about that, but it is what it is. So it does that. But what we'll see here in a second once we look at the skills is that a lot of what Empel does, he is essentially just a buffer, a physical attack buffer. For his skill 1 called Forecast, it says after attacking, it's going to boost physical attack damage of the ally with the highest physical attack. Before this skill was used by 10%. So basically, if you have like a slash Valeria or Izana, or whoever you're running as your main physical DPS, this skill will give them 10% at a max of 30% if you keep using it. For a passive buff to their attack power. You probably won't use this that much, but I would think, but you know, it's a basic skill 1, 70% damage, 100 wait time, single target obviously, so there's that. His skill 2, called Extension, it's going to boost an ally's physical attack by 30% by 2 turns. Now this is better. This is selective, so you'll be able to boost wherever you want to, but obviously you're going to boost your highest DPS, I would imagine, and by 30% for 2 turns. This is a pretty substantial buff to one of your characters, so it's going to be able to give them the ability to output more damage, basically, going forward for your physical attackers. His ult is Rewind Flow. It says, after attacking, you're going to boost your target's damage received by 50% for 1 attack, then boost the physical attack damage of the ally with the highest physical attack before using this skill by 30% for 1 turn. So his ult is pretty good for what it is. You got 300% damage here, you got a little bit of stun on it. You're going to reduce the target's, you're going to increase damage received by the enemy by 50%, and then you're also going to get that boost of 30% more for physical attack for your highest fighter. The only thing is that I don't believe you'll be using his ult all that often. That's kind of the downside to it. Is it good? Sure, but it's just of course situational as well too. You would have to get his buff first, proc his burst first, and then help you have your main DPS attacker in line going forward. So you'll probably want some speed on him just so he can make sure he's gonna outspeed everyone else, or outspeed your main attackers, so that way the buff actually gets a chance to work on your character. But like I said, yeah, I mean, that's Empel, however you say it. In the long run, that's him. He is just a physical attack buffer. You know, he's not, the problem here is that he's not necessarily great at anything else, so it makes it hard to put him in a team somewhere. He definitely has his place, I'll say that. You can put him on a physical attack team that wouldn't do you any good. I'm not sorry. You can put him on a physical attack team. It's not that it wouldn't do you any good. He does his job and does it pretty well for what he's intended for. Again, it's just one of those things where we have a niche character that's really good for one thing. It's not like he's a supportive in the sense of HP. I'm sorry. Not in the sense of giving HP, giving back some healing. He doesn't defend as a tank or anything like that. He just boosts skill damage. Unlike someone like Liddy, who's gonna give you crit, special skill damage and healing, things like that. So it's just simply buffing physical attack. Again, it makes it hard to put him in a team, but it's definitely still possible. And finally, we are onto Master Ryza, the one that everyone's been pretty much waiting for, the one that pretty much everyone's going to be pulling for, essentially. So Master Ryza is a slash breaker, and she is absolutely amazing. Feels very much broken. If you know, you know. If you've already played her in the JP version of the game. She is so good, beyond good that it doesn't make any sense sometimes. She definitely is like one of the more meta characters to have in your teams as far as like certain pieces of content, especially in like Slash Tower for sure. Ryza essentially has the ability to break any enemy, any single enemy with her ult, but we'll get into that in a second here. Let's get into her stats and abilities. Her stats pretty much overall are pretty decent, pretty good. Physical attack 665, not bad. Speed of 254, pretty normal as well too. Again, she's a slash breaker, so she's not going to be focused on magic attack like regular Ryza. Looking at her passives here. Also, before that, one thing to note about her is that everything like synergizes together really well. Everything just works in tandem together in terms of her, in terms of her like skill abilities and her passives. Her first one here, Now's Your Chance. It says when the attack target is stunned, it's gonna boost target's damage received by 25% for 2 turns. So once she breaks anybody, they automatically are going to be taking 25% more damage increase. And then her second passive, Flash of Destruction, destruction, which she's one of the first characters as well too that doesn't have some crappy like one good passive, one crappy passive. They're both pretty good altogether. This passive here is boost stun damage by 20% when attacking a weakness. Now this also comes into effect in general when you're going to be attacking anything that has a slash weakness. You're doing 20% more damage. But when we get into her skills here, you'll see how this even gets better. For her skill 1, it's called Cast Comment. It says after attacking, it's going to boost the target's damage received by 15% for 3 turns. Pretty normal, pretty standard. Her skill 1 isn't something that you're going to be using all the time, but not bad. 15% for damage received more on an enemy. Always nice, whatever. Her skill 2 though here is called Search Slash, which has a wonderful animation by the way too. I love it. It says before attacking, you're going to reduce the target slash resistance by 25% for 2 turns. So she creates a slash weakness on an enemy that wouldn't normally have it. That is so good. The percentage is already still pretty good too for how much more damage she's going to be able to do. And then after attacking, she's gonna boost the target's damage received by an additional 30% for 1 attack. Like, this is insane. Like, this alone is pretty insane. So you're already creating a weakness by 25%. So if an enemy that doesn't have a slash resist already as a weakness, she's creating it for herself. In tandem, you'll look at it with this, boost stun damage by 20% when you have the weakness. So once this is used, you're already going to get the additional 20% right there for that. And then of course, after the attack, you're going to make the enemy take more damage. So put in her in the front of your line, have her get her stuns, get her breaks, and then boom, all of your attackers go in, and you're doing that extra percentage of damage right there by 30%. The main thing about Ryza though, the one that makes her stand above the rest, is that for her ult here called Rewind Slash, the damage is really good at 400%, not too bad. It says after attacking, it says it's gonna force stun the target and boost target damage received by 20%. So force stun, it means a guaranteed break. Ryza, no matter who she's attacking, it's a guaranteed break, whether they have a weakness or not, whatever it is. This is a guaranteed break. This is really good for bosses, really good for just some really pesky enemies that are giving you some trouble at all in general, but it's so good. It's insane they give her a guaranteed break, in my opinion. Like, this is one of the reasons why I feel like she's so broken, but it's so good, and it never changes. They don't like nerf her or anything like that going forward as far as I'm aware of. But just being able to break anyone because you simply have her ult is phenomenal. And then it just allows you to go in with more damage received by 20% at a max of 40, obviously. But it is absolutely insane what she can do. She is just so viable and so good in almost pretty much any team, honestly, because even if you have her as a breaker, she replaces your other breakers. Regardless of whether or not it's a slash weakness from the get-go, she's still creating it for you. So she's going to be able to give the slash weakness to the enemy, plus increase her own damage, assuming she's the only slash character that you have on your team, obviously, that's breaking. But I imagine if you're pairing for her, you're going to pair her with like another physical attacker, but she's just going to give you so much room to just increase your damage like tenfold almost. It's so good. If you're going to pull for any character on this banner, it honestly truly would be most beneficial to pull and try to get her if you can. That is how it goes. She's just so good, and again, on this banner in general, she really just outshines Empel. Unfortunately, it is what it is, but she's more the priority in terms of who you should be going for besides him. I almost forgot to mention this as well too, but her gift for Synthesis is actually pretty good too. If you're looking to make stun gear, she's got physical stun damage boost for her gift that she gives for Synthesis, and she also pairs in with Raze, who also gives physical stun damage boost. So having them both is going to be able to get you those rank 5s way easier. So if you do get Ryza and you definitely want to make some physical stun gear, that's the way to go. If you have Raze too, obviously, but if you don't, here's a start to get it. But yeah, her gift is really good in comparison to Empel, so love that for her. And then the last thing that I want to get into is going to be the recipes for the event itself. We've got a couple here. I would say because I don't want to get too deep into it, I want to make the video longer than what it needs to be. I'll go ahead and give you the gist of it all, right? The weapons are okay to make. The Helio procs, it's made for Ryza. It's great. While it's equipped to a slash affinity character, she's gonna boost stun damage by 10% gets boosted. Love that for her. It's great. It's made for her. You're gonna be making a lot of these, so definitely I would say more so focus on this. The Forest Bell for Empel, while it's equipped to a strike affinity, it's gonna boost the potency of buff effects. So this is just gonna be boosting his abilities to enhance physical attack damage. That's great. It's strictly just for him primarily, but these are really good to use your mana on for synthesis. Everything else is a flop. Everything else is a flop and a waste in my opinion. The curse here, it says while equipped to a breaker, after attacking, you're gonna reduce slash resistance by 5% for 2 attacks. Nothing crazy here. Even if you put it on Ryza, there's better gear for her to have on besides this, so that's not really good. The golden mail for supporters, while equipped to a supporter, after using a skill, boosts all ally skill damage by 2%. Is this terrible? No, but the amount of what you're getting out of it is not great. It just doesn't seem like it's really worth it to have personally. Just focus the weapons. That's the only thing that I would do. I wouldn't waste my time trying to make anything else out of this list. They're all just not really that great. Again, the only thing, maybe one time for the one time, make a fairy stone chain if you want to, but outside of that, the rest of the stuff is just, we have better. All right, so now we're gonna go ahead and get into my mediocre pools, because unfortunately we have no gems. We only have the one set of tickets, the freebie wish, and then we have the fest tickets. So let's pray, because Lord knows we need a prayer. But honestly though, if we don't get anything on the tickets, I'm not totally mad about it. Yeah, see, free pools, I'm not expecting anything on. The only thing I can say is that we have a full month of free pools, so it is very possible to get, hopefully, Ryza, but if not, Empel too. We're gonna have this banner for a month, like I said, so it's 30 pulls right there, enough to get every single day to potentially get the character that you want. So, not mad about that whatsoever. But yeah, let me get these free pulls out the way, and then I'll do the fest pulls first. I'd much rather get those out the way before anything else. What do you mean? What is this? This is unexpected. You know what? That's my baby. That's my baby, and I'm not mad. I love Rays, bro. That's my fucking baby. And then let's get this fest pull out the way. But yeah, sorry about that, guys. I had to like stop recording and then get back into it for a quick second. But yeah, let's get the fest pull going. Let's see. Do we get lucky here? Look at this! Come through, luck. I mean, Judy's fine. I don't hate Judy by any means. I would have preferred somebody else, but look at me. Today we are lucky, bro. Maybe we'll get lucky on the right. Let me not say it. I'm not gonna say it because I don't want to put it into existence and then get disappointed. So let's see. Let's hope. Let's pray. Let's hope we get one of them. We'll watch the animation for this one. Well, I say that as I skip the beginning. But yeah, we'll watch the full one. Let's see. Let's hope we get lucky. It's already off to a bad start, so. But you know what? That's about the luck that we have over here. Y'all seen it, so. Who knows? Okay, you know, I'm just gonna skip. Yeah. I mean, we got some SR Memorial. Oh, we got 2 of the Toturi ones. Whatever. And Monica. I mean, hey. Again, I wasn't expecting anything much out of that, so that's totally fine. You know, I'll do the event. I'll do some more dungeons and such. I've been slacking on those. Get some gems up, and then I'll get the extra tickets in the shop, and then pray and hope for the best whenever I get a chance to get those. But that's gonna be it for me, guys. Thank you for watching the video. I really appreciate that. I wasn't gonna tell myself today that we're gonna keep it short, because I know it's not gonna be a short video. I know this is a long one. But again, thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. Definitely subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Like, comment, and subscribe. Do all the things so we can grow here on this channel. We're getting really closer to that 400 sub goal, so the more the merrier. Come on board. I really appreciate it. But I'll see you guys in the next video. Y'all take care. Bye, guys.